Hello friends, I am Professor Ashish Agrawal from School of Engineering Technology, IGNOU. We were discussing the course Inventory and Stores Management for Construction Industry. In that, we have introduced you about inventory. About 8 lectures we have already taken video session. 2 lecture by myself, then 4 lecture by Dr. Ganesh Kumar Sinha, and then again 2 lectures by me on inventory control. Basically, we have discussed what is inventory, what are the objective of keeping the inventory, what are the functions of inventory, and in the last session, we have provided you detail about what are the factors which affect the inventory, just like cost, demand, various type of other factors like different type of echelon, whether it is a single echelon supply chain or multiple echelon supply chain. So you need a different type of inventory control. We have also introduced you that inventory control techniques in which we have introduced economic order quantity. Today, what we are going to learn various type of inventory related costs, then how sensitive our EOQ model is. Third, inventory control model when shortage is required. And the fourth, we will introduce economic production quantity model. Basically, in economic production quantity model, it is similar to EOQ model, and the only difference is that instead of purchasing anything, we are producing it. So first we will discuss about the various inventory related costs. My dear friends, in this course, Inventory and Stores Management for Construction Industry, you will find various terminology which is repeating frequently. So it is only for your benefit, because sometimes suppose we want to develop a model, we can't assume that you know it. So that is why we are repeating. For example, setup cost. This is the cost associated with the setting up of a machinery before starting the production. The setup cost is generally assumed to be independent of quantity order for it. That means whether we are producing 100 quantity, whether we are producing 1000 quantity, the setup cost remain independent. Ordering cost. This is the cost incurred each time when an order is placed. Remember, this cost is incurred each time when an order is placed. What is included in this cost? This cost includes administrative cost, for example, paperwork, different various telephone calls, and the postage. Even nowadays, we can also include internet also, we can also use fax machine. Then we can also include the manpower, because the paperwork and the telephone work or the postage cannot be completed unless and until we have some manpower. Then transportation cost, receiving and inspection of goods, because each time the order is coming, then we are receiving at particular location of our organization, and then we are inspecting it for the quality. Now we will come to the purchase cost or the production cost, which we have introduced in my earlier slide. It is also called purchase or production cost. It is the actual price at which an item is purchased or produced. Earlier we have given to you setup cost and the ordering cost. Now we are introducing you the purchased or the production cost. Basically, it is the price at which an item is purchased or produced. Suppose we are purchasing a screw or nut bolt, then whatever is the price we are paying for one screw or nut bolt, that is the purchase price. Suppose we are producing it at our own factory, then it will be a production cost. Now, if you just read or listen my earlier talk in which I have said it is the actual price which we are paying for purchasing or producing. Therefore, it may be constant or it may be variable. Why it is constant? Because it is not changing with the number of quantity. If you are purchasing 10 quantity or 100, it remains same. If you are producing 10 quantity or 100, the production cost will remain same. Now, why it is variable? We will also discuss the discount model in which it is variable. If you are purchasing more than 1000, the seller may offer some discount. And if you just see, the discounts are allowed for purchases if we go for quantity which is above a certain quantity. Now, fourth one is your carrying cost or holding cost. We have discussed in our EOQ model ordering cost and the holding cost, and EOQ or economic order quantity is that point where carrying cost is equal to ordering cost. Now, what is carrying cost or what is holding cost? This cost include the following cost. For easy understanding, I have given following bifurcation of this holding cost. For example, we are giving rent for the space, some equipment or some special arrangement for storage. Suppose for vegetable, we are needing a cold storage. Interest of money blocked, because if we are keeping the material hold, there is some money is blocked. Therefore, if we keep that money in our bank or in somewhere else, some interest is going on. So that is why the third point is interest of the money blocked. Fourth, expenses on stationery. There are some invoice, there are incoming invoice, outgoing invoice. All these are stationery expenses are involved for meeting these expenses. Then fifth one is wages for the staff required for the purpose. Insurance and depreciation. We are keeping the material. We have take the insurance for fire and theft. Therefore, we are paying some money. Last one or the seventh one is deterioration and obsolescence. Deterioration means if you are keeping the component for a long time, what will happen? It will deteriorate. There will be obsolescence. It will have no value after a certain period of time. Next cost is your shortage cost or stock out cost. In my earlier session, we have discussed about that there are situations when the item is not available to the customer. So the customer is going back. Either customer can wait or customer is not ready to wait. So therefore, when we define the shortage or stock out cost, this is the penalty cost for running out of stock. When an item cannot be supplied on the customer demand, it is called as a shortage or stock out cost. There may be various reasons we will discuss in my coming sessions. These costs include loss of potential profit through sales of item demanded and loss of goodwill in terms of permanent loss of customer. Because if customer is going somewhere else, when he does not find or she does not find his item with you, then it is basically a loss of goodwill. He will never come again. Demand. Demand is the number of units required per period and may be either known exactly or known in terms of probability. If it is known exactly, then we say it is a deterministic demand. If it is known in terms of probability, 30% chances, 40% chances, then it is a probabilistic model. Problem in which the demand is known and fixed, then it is deterministic with a constant. If it is a probabilistic, then it is called the probabilistic problem, or we can say stochastic problem. Now, next term is cost is your selling price. Selling price is the amount or the amount which one get on selling an item is called as its selling price. The unit selling price may be constant or variable depending upon whether the quantity discount is available or not. Or in other words, we can say whether discount is allowed or not. Next term is your order cycle. This is very simple. This is a period between placement of two successive order is referred as an order cycle. The order may be placed on the basis of either of two types of inventory review system. This we have also discussed in my earlier session. I am again repeating it. The record of the inventory level is checked continuously until a specified point is raised and where a new order is placed. This is called a continuous review. That every day or we are taking the review. Suppose today is 200, next day it is 180, then 150, 130 or again 100. And we have decided that if the level is below 100, we will immediately order. Second type of review system is called as a periodic review system, in which we are not reviewing on a daily basis or constantly or continuously. What we will do, we will take the review after 1 week or after 15 days. Therefore, it is the duty of the organization or the manager to keep the inventory on hand for that particular review period. Now, next terminology is your time horizon. This is a period over which the time cost will be determined and inventory level will be controlled is termed as time horizon. Again, it can be finite, it can be infinite. It can be finite when we are doing as a periodic review. It is infinite when we are not bothering about any inventory control management. That is called as a time horizon. Now, stock replenishment. Stock replenishment is the rate at which the items are added to the inventory is called as a rate of replenishment. The actual replenishment of item may occur at a uniform rate or be a instantaneous over time. What does it mean? That either we will replenish the item at a continuous rate, that is 50 items per day or 100 items per day, or what we will do, 100 into 700 will be coming instantaneously. So your order level will increase. Usually uniform replacement occur in the cases where the item is manufactured within factory, because factory cannot manufacture a bulk. So what is happening? 10 items per hour or 5 items per day. So in 8 hours, 40 items or 80 items are prepared and that are added in the inventory on a regular basis or on a uniform rate. When you purchase an item, in order to get the discount, we need the instantaneous replacement. Now, again, lead time. Please understand, when we talk about lead time, it is not the only one lead time. There are several types of lead time, just like ordering lead time, manufacturing lead time, transportation lead time, then your receiving lead time, all transportation lead time, all will come under the lead time. So what is meant by lead time? This is a time gap between placing an order for an item and actually receiving the item into the inventory is referred as the lead time. The second term is your reorder level. The lower limit for the stock is fixed at which the purchasing activities must be started for replenishment. With this replenishment, the stock reach at a level which is known as the maximum stock. Therefore, the level between maximum and the minimum stock is called as the reorder level. You please not only read or listen my session, you also go to the Google, type this lead time or reorder and yourself gain knowledge on these terms. Now, in my earlier session, we have discussed about the economic order quantity. In short, we say economic order quantity. Since we are again taking this as a concept, so I am again repeating for your benefit. The order in quantity that balances the cost of holding too much with stock vis-a-vis the cost of ordering in a small quantity too frequently is called as the economic order quantity. I have taken this definition directly from the material which is available to you at your SWAYAM website. What is the effort of a production manager or the materials manager? There should not be too much holding and there should not be too much ordering. And the optimum level of ordering and the holding cost will give you the economic order quantity. Another term is your reorder quantity. Basically, it is the reorder quantity, that what should be the quantity ordered at the level of minimum stock. When the stock is reaching at the lowest level, then we want to replenish so that we may reach to the maximum. This quantity, in certain cases, it is the economic order quantity. But if we add some safety stock, then definitely economic order quantity plus safety stock becomes your reorder quantity, because we have to also take into account your lead time. Now we come to the exact problem. We want to check whether our economic order quantity model is sensitive or it is the robust. This figure I have taken from your learning material only. On the x-axis we have Q upon economic order quantity, and on the y-axis we have TC, means total cost. Total cost when the order is more, and TC, the total cost at the economic order quantity level. You just see this shape of the curve. At 1, that means we are ordering the quantity exactly as economic order quantity. That is equal to 1 when the ratio is Q EOQ is 1. Please remember this figure in your mind. Now, what is modal sensitivity? The total cost curve in figure is almost flat near the point of minimum cost. It indicates the small variation in optimal order size will not change the total cost appreciably. That means, suppose our economic order quantity is 100 and we are ordering for 200, then the change in the total cost will not be appreciable. That is the meaning of the model sensitivity. That model is not sensitive towards the variation in the optimal. That is why this EOQ model is also termed as the robust model. We'll also examine the sensitivity of the model. To see this, we will compare the sensitivity of total variable cost or the total cost for any operating system with total variable cost for optimal inventory system, that is for economic order quantity, by using the ratio T at the EOQ model. Now if you just see these all equations, I am just taking from your material only. If you have total cost for any quantity Q and you have a total cost for economic order quantity, this is the ratio. And if you substitute, because what is economic order quantity? It is under root of 2 times ordering cost into demand divided by holding cost. And if you just change or replace, you will find that the ratio of 2 cost is nothing but half of the ratio of 2 quantities and the reciprocal of that quantity. That is 1 by 2 in bracket economic order quantity divided by normal quantity plus normal quantity divided by economic order quantity. This will give you the ratio. So this relation is nothing but the ratio of 2 costs. So basically, if you remember the figure, if you increase number by twice, it is increasing by a factor of 2. That means costs are increasing only by 25%, and this has an important implication also. Now come to the same example which we have given in earlier session. A construction company uses 20,000 worth of an item during the year. The ordering cost was estimated as rupees 50 per order, and carrying cost or the holding cost is 2.5% of the average inventory value. Find the optimal order size, number of order per year, time period per order, and the total cost. This was the exact example which we have discussed earlier. We will use the result of these example to show that our model is robust. If you remember, D is the demand, that is rupees 20,000, ordering cost is rupees 50, holding cost 12.5% of the average. So we will put all the values in our total cost model, and from that we will find out economic order quantity as rupees 4,000. Since our demand is in rupees, so our economic order quantity is also coming in terms of rupees only. Similarly, time period for each order is coming 73. The number of order will be reciprocal of time period, that is 5. And total variable cost, if you put all the value, if you just focus on this solution, earlier we have find out economic order quantity. If we put all the values, we will get the time period for order, and then if we do reciprocal of the time period, we will get the number of orders in a particular time. And we can easily calculate total cost at economic order quantity, and that is coming as a rupees 500. My advice is to all my learners is that please repeat this numerical first by seeing it and then without seeing it, so that in your examination you will be very familiar with such type of example. If you see this example, our cost was coming as a 4,000. If we increase the total cost double and it is coming as 8,000, what will be the ratio of total cost divided by the total cost at economic order quantity? You will find as 1.25. What does it imply? This shows that even though the order quantity is deviated from optimal from 4,000 or 100%, the costs are only 25% higher than the optimal cost. Therefore, our model is robust model. What is the marginal cost? It is 0.25 into the total cost, that is only 1.25, means we are only by increasing the marginal cost by 125. Now we will discuss economic order quantity model when there is an instantaneous supply and the shortage are allowed. In this case, stock out permitted. Stock out means shortage are permitted, which implies that the shortage cost is finite, it is not large. All the assumptions which we have discussed earlier for model 1 also hold here, but for your convenience, I am just repeating it. The first is planning period is 1 year. Demand is deterministic and indicated by parameter D unit per year. Cost of purchase or purchase of 1 unit is C. Cost of ordering is CO. For manufacturing, it is known as a setup cost. Cost of holding cost is CH per unit per year, or it is also based on the average cost, average inventory cost. Then sixth is your shortage cost. It is CS. Lead time is denoted by L. Cycle period is T and the order size is Q. All these 9 will repeat again and again. So you should remember the term which I am using, the term you are using. This figure shows again the sawtooth model of inventory or the EOQ model, and basically in this model if you see that the shortage is allowed and there is a instantaneous supply, if you just see the point E, you will find that since shortage is allowed, you are getting the material instantaneously and your level of stock is reaching to the maximum level from the minimum level. What is economic order quantity? The triangle represents the inventory and the triangle CEF represent the shortage. If you just see again, ABC is the inventory and CEF is your shortage cost. I is the inventory level and S is the shortage level. So order size Q will be is equal to I plus S, that is inventory level plus shortage cost, and the cycle period is T is equal to T1 plus T2, where T1 is the cycle period for inventory holding and T2 is the time of stock out. So total variable cost will be, if you calculate annually, it will be ordering cost plus holding cost and plus shortage cost. All these equations I am just taking from your book. If you just refer, you will get each. It is very well defined in your textbook. If you have any doubt, you may refer any standard economic order quantity or inventory management reference book. So if you just come to the last point, the total variable cost for model 1, that is when the economic order quantity, when the shortage cost is not allowed and where the shortage cost is allowed. Second point which we have discussed in earlier version of talking, that annual inventory management cost when shortage is allowed is less than the annual inventory management cost when shortage are not allowed. So how do you calculate the inventory shortage? Total all of your order for the last year divided by 12, that will give you an average quantity or inventory you require for any given month. And if you subtract monthly order from the highest monthly order, suppose you are getting 1200 in a year, so in 1 month only your inventory is 100. Now in one of the cases your inventory level or the monthly order is your 150. So 100 divided by 150 or 150 divided by 100, that is 50 is the extra amount cost you need for the safety, or it is called as the inventory shortage. We are again discussing another example in which the demand for item each costing rupees 1 is 10,000 unit. The ordering cost is rupees 10. Inventory holding cost or carrying is 20% based on average inventory per year. Stock out cost is rupees 5 per unit of shortage incurred. Find out the various parameters. If you remember the earlier problem, the demand is in rupees. Here the demand is in quantity or number. So D is 10,000, ordering cost is 10. And CH or the holding cost or the carrying cost is 20% of the rupees 1, that is the average cost, and the shortage cost is rupees 5. You just see this is the expression which we have used for calculating the economic order quantity when the shortage is allowed, and the shortage level or the inventory level or the economic order quantity, if you use the formula, it is coming as 1020 and inventory level will be 980. So the shortage level will be Q minus I, that is 120 by 980, that is 40. What will be the cycle period? That is the economic order quantity divided by the demand, and it is coming as 0.102 year, and if you convert into days, it will come as a 37 days. Now you are also interested to find out that number of orders per year. So please give the reciprocal of cycle period, that is D upon Q, and you will find as 9.8 or the 10 order. Here there is a small mistake, there is a 10 is added. So you just take it 10,000 divided by 1020, that is the economic order quantity, and it is coming as 10. Now we will come to the total variable cost. If you put all the values of ordering cost, holding cost, shortage cost and the demand in your earlier equation, you will find that the total cost is coming as 196.12. Now we will discuss another model. Till now we have discussed when you are purchasing something. Here we are discussing a model in which the items are produced. So they are filling the inventory at uniform rate. Here there is a gradual supply and the shortage is not allowed. This is two important points you should keep in your mind. An economic production quantity EPQ is associated with the manufacturing environment, while economic order quantity or EOQ is more common in retail situation. EPQ realistically shows that inventory is gradually built over a period of time because the production and the consumption go side by side. Situation which we have discussed earlier for model 1 EOQ model, just like the time period is constant, it is deterministic demand, what is meant by CO, what is meant by CH remains same. Here the production rate is taken as a P such that P is always greater than D. Otherwise, if P is less than or equal to D, then item will be used as fast as it is produced. And if P is less than, there will be a shortage. This is the model. If you just see on the x-axis, we have taken time period and y-axis, we have taken inventory. And you just see the slope. It is the rate of replenishment of inventory and our demand is D. So P minus D should be the actual rate of inventory to be filled up so that we may reach at the maximum inventory level. There are two times. One is for the rate of replenishment and another one is rate of consumption. Cycle time T is the sum of production time as you have seen in the figure plus the depletion time. T2 is the time for the maximum inventory level, that is the BD. If you remember the figure, production start at point A and stop at E as soon as the level of inventory becomes the BE. That means we will start the production at the lowest level so that we may reach to the highest level, and we will go for the consumption unless and until it reaches to the point at the lower level. These are all equations taken from your book. Production time, that is Q upon P, cycle time Q upon D, maximum inventory level, then minimum inventory level is 0. And if you just see the economic order quantity, the term is given as under root of 2 times ordering cost into demand divided by holding cost, P minus D. P is the production rate, D is the demand divided by P. So total variable cost TC will come as a under root of 2 times ordering cost multiplied by holding cost divided by in bracket P minus D multiplied by D by P, where D is the demand and P is the production rate. We are trying to give you learning with the help of the solved example. I am just taking all these examples from the learning material which we have supplied. Here I am just reading it. A unit is used at the rate of 100 per day and can be manufactured at the rate of 600. D is the 100 and P is the 600. It cost rupees 2000 to set up the, so ordering cost or the setup cost is 2000. 0.1 per unit per day is the holding cost. Shortage cost is not allowed. Find the minimum and the optimum number of units per manufacturing run. Means per manufacturing run mein how much we have to produce. So our demand is 100, production rate is 600, ordering cost is 2000 rupees and the holding cost is rupees 1. If we keep it here in the equation, we will find that economic order quantity is 2190 units, while the total cost is coming as rupees 182.6. So in today's session, what we have discussed, various terminology related to various inventory cost. We have also discussed how much our model is sensitive or how much our model is robust. We have also discussed with the help of example, inventory control model when the shortage is allowed. Then with gradual supply, we have also discussed economic production quantity model where you are producing at a uniform rate. I hope, not only hope, trust that this is a very difficult topic, but you must have enjoyed because I have tried to explain each and every term. It might be possible that in some places you will find that EOQ model is difficult. Unless and until you practice, it will remain difficult. So it is my advice, you please practice it. Thank you.